in Europe, you're listening that the Japanese people, they are really nice, but they are really conservative speakers. But what I saw here, it's not true.
Oh,
A lot more temples, a lot more religion here. Kind of the temples are beautiful and really well looked after. We noticed that straight away. What else have we noticed culturally? People are very polite compared to London, very kind.
That's very different.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
you're
are very
very
well.
respectful,
People are
very
very
respectful
welcoming
of
and
each other, yeah,
respectful, and that's been really nice.
oh, thank you so much for your time being on our YouTube channel. Where are you from?
I'm from Hungary, Budapest.
Budapest. Oh, okay. Is this the first time in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah. And what made you brought here?
I started to love Japan when I was really little because of the cartoons, the animes and everything. And after this grow up for the food, for the music and for the culture. So, and my fiance, he loved the building here, the shrines, the temples.
Oh,
Yes.
so he's from also
Yes.
Hungary? Oh.
And that's why we want to go somewhere far outside from Europe. And we choose Japan because we love the country.
So he loves
The building, yes, the
architecture.
the history, because he loves the second and the first and the second war, like a history for Japan.
Oh, yeah?
For the world, is the World War, and that's why. And he really loves how they building, the style of the buildings, the temples and the shrines,
Yeah.
and of course the food because he's cook.
Because some of them are like built without using nails, right?
It's really aesthetic and beautiful buildings,
Yeah.
and of course.
Okay.
They're really, it's like the years you saw everything from there, like a history what happened with that. So that's why we love it.
Okay. And also you said you love food.
Yeah.
What do you like?
No, at the moment we love really much the sashimi.
Oh.
We love it. And he loved the Kobe beef.
Kobe beef.
Yes, I'm more than yes, he loved the Kobe beef.
Can you find like a Japanese food in Hungary?
Yes, there is a lot. Like small restaurants, because there is a lot of people from Asia, more than the Koreans, Japan and Chinese, all of them. So we can find, but the traditional, no. So it's like fast food, you can say that.
Did you find some like a new Japanese food for you? Like
a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
What did you?
It's really different what I used to eat there and what I eat here, because the taste is different. I don't know why. Maybe it's different taste of the vegetables and the seasoning what they are using. Maybe that's why. And we found the similarity, one type of or two type of foods between the Hungary and the Japan.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what it was the name, but it was the pork, tofu, onion, and it was like a soup. They were cutting really thin the pork. It was the slice with onion and soft tofu. I don't remember what it was the name. It's like in the bowl. It came. We eat that yesterday, and for that it was the taste like our traditional soup, the goulash. So it was similarity.
Oh really? Okay.
And it was strange with a little bit of taste of Japan and taste of Hungary, like it makes it. So it was really nice.
Oh, okay. Then what else? Maybe not only food. You found something new about Japan. Yeah.
I found that the people here there's a lot of type of people, and how I saw that doesn't care so much how somebody looks like or how he can dress up, because he can be themselves. They can be themselves. So it was really new for me that in Japan is good. You know, in Europe, you're listening that the Japanese people, they are really nice, but they are really conservative speakers. But what I saw here, it's not true.
Oh.
They are really nice, that's true. They are really nice, kind, but you can be yourself. So it doesn't matter if your hair pink, if your hair green, or you are tall or short. So that was really good to see. and they love to enjoy the life here.
Oh.
It's looking like they are going out, they are eating out, they are walking out, dancing, singing. So it was good to see this.
Oh, I see. You thought the Japanese people are not doing those
No,
kind of
no,
things?
no.
Ah.
It's not that not doing that, not openly.
I
Yes,
see.
because we're listening that on the TV that, that the Japanese people is conservatives, but it's good to see that now. And they're really open-minded for the Foreign people, what is good.
Oh, I see. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And where have you been in Japan so far?
This is today the fourth day what we spent here in Japan, so we just were here in Osaka at the moment.
I see.
And we will go to Nara tomorrow, and after we go to Kyoto, because like the history of Kyoto is beautiful, fantastic. We want to see that. And after we go to Nagoya, and of course we want to see Tokyo.
Tokyo. What are you looking forward to seeing there? What are you
Tokyo.
expecting?
We want to see, it's like, the life where it's really different. Really different where we live, because there is a lot of people with a lot of buildings, what is really high, and the life, it's like firing. So we want to see that. Of course, we want to try in Tokyo the night. Drink somewhere and then stay out.
Oh, I see. So you want to feel the vibe?
Yes, the vibe.
In the
Tokyo.
in the city. And have you been to other like Asian countries?
No, this is the first.
The first Asian. Oh,
And I think we will come back here because there is more things to see here.
yeah, it's more like a center, like Tokyo and Osaka.
Yes, yes. And we want to go to Okinawa, Fukuoka, Hokkaido, if we can. So maybe next time we will do that.
Are there any like a Japanese thing or culture or some custom you wish to have in your own culture or your life in your hometown?
What I wish, if I can or if I'm born again,
Oh,
I really love the uniform of the schools.
oh, uniform of the school?
Yes, because
Oh,
in
you wanna
Hungary
wear
we
that?
don't have it.
Oh.
We don't have it, and I really love that.
You
And
like
I
it?
love that for the schools there is the clubs activities, like the archer, the music, and something like. And that's too. It's really really good. And in Hungary we don't have that. You can pay for that. You can go somewhere, but usually there is not option for the schools.
Oh.
So maybe, maybe one day we will have it. But yeah, that's I
With
really love
the-
that, and the traditional one is the best.
Thank you so much.
welcome.
For your time, and it was really nice talking to you. First of all, thank you so much for being with us on the YouTube channel. Where are you from?
I'm from Sheffield in England, 700,000 people. So not very big, but
Right. Is this your first time?
First time in Japan. Been here about 4 or 5 days now. So been to Tokyo
Oh.
and then Kyoto, now Osaka for a few days, and back to Tokyo again as well. So yeah,
How many days in total?
about 11 days in total.
Oh, and what did you do in Tokyo?
We've been for some nice food, to be honest. Very nice. First try of a Wagyu beef.
Wagyu beef.
Yeah, very nice, and eel as well. So that was interesting. Yeah. And then we've just sort of had a look at a lot of the temples and shrines and things like that. So yeah, we've just sort of explored the city. Yeah, there's been a lot to do though. It's a very big city and
Right.
a lot of things. Yeah.
And what did you like the best about the food?
The food, I think, just the pure difference in the fact that like at home we get a lot of places that do sort of katsus and things like that. But
Katsu?
yeah,
cutlet.
but here is a lot better. It's a lot nicer. It's more fresh. I think the supermarkets here have very nice sort of choice and selection of different things as well that you don't really get back home. So yeah, it seems a lot less processed, I suppose, as well. Yeah.
You have just said the hometown is a quite smaller town.
Yeah.
But-
So I think London in the UK that I've seen is the only place that sort of compares to even Osaka right now. You know, the cities are a lot a lot bigger, a lot more built up. You know, there's a lot more infrastructure in terms of transport and things like that. You know, at home they're a lot slower. Yeah, there's not so much to do really.
But still, you can find Japanese food like cutlet.
Yeah, you can still find it. In Sheffield, we have quite a big population of Japanese and Chinese people as well. So yeah, you do find it a lot. So obviously, you know, people have come over and sort of set up businesses there, which is quite cool. Because like I say, you know, you get that sort of experience a little bit, but it's still not the same as actually coming here and trying it here. And you know, you walk down the street here and there's a million choices, whereas back home you've got to go and find it in a certain area and things like that. So it's good. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
What kind of Japanese food you can find around your town?
I would say there is some sushi places, but it's a little bit rare. Yeah, the katsu is probably quite a lot of it. I mean,
very popular.
Yeah,
like pork.
Yeah, there's a lot of pork, a lot of chicken. Yeah, I do tend to try and go to as many places like that as I can. But yeah, there's not a great choice unless you're in like a market or somewhere like that.
And you just told me about the differences a little bit about between your back home and here, but did you see something like an unexpected thing or surprising things? Yeah,
I would say I was probably more surprised at how similar some things actually are. I thought it would be a little bit more different, but I think there is definitely differences. Like I say, you know, the open markets here, there's not so many back home. There might be one in a city, whereas you know, here it seems like you walk down every street and there's people out on the street selling food. A lot back home there's like sort of vans like that selling out of the vans, like whereas here they set, you know, you have like stalls just outside of office blocks. Like you wouldn't really get that back home as well, so I think that's a nice thing. I know here as well, people don't really eat on the street, like walking around. You know, in England you do get a lot of people at lunch and things like that, if they're at work, that would just, you know, walk along the street and eat and things like that. So that's quite a different thing. But yeah, I like the fact that you have areas that you go to. You know, for example, smoking. You know, a lot of the smoking's banned. You know, banned on the streets, or it's illegal here, whereas at home everyone just smokes everywhere. So yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting to see, really. Yeah, clean a lot. Very clean here. Yeah, yeah. You don't really get much rubbish around or anything here, which is nice.
And have you ever been to other like Asian countries?
I haven't. No. We are going to Thailand and Vietnam and maybe Laos as well after here. So
really?
No, I'm really excited for that actually, because I've never been to any other Asian countries. I've only ever really been to Europe and then Australia as well. So it's, you know, again, Australia is quite similar to the UK and America, and I think Europe, whereas obviously, you know, Asia is a little bit different in terms of food and sort of the way of life. But yeah, it's very interesting to see.
So you have just entered the Asian culture
here? Yeah. Like I say, back home I met a lot of people. You know, I used to be a barber, for example, and where I did that, in that area there's quite a big Asian population. So I used to, you know, talk to a lot of people from like Hong Kong, China, Japan, South Korea. I used to work with a South Korean guy, so you know, you learn a lot from them. But yeah, I think obviously it's a bit different once you actually come as well.
Did you see the differences between those nationalities, the people?
Yeah, a little bit. I think there is definitely similarities. I think there is. You know, I met someone last night actually. He couldn't speak, obviously, English. He could speak it a little bit, but not loads. Luckily, I met someone who was English, who was studying Japanese, and they had Japanese heritage as well. And they sort of helped out with the translation. And I think after the bit of translation as well, we realised that actually we were very similar, and the jokes and things were quite the same. But sometimes you don't really need to speak the same language to get on with someone and actually know what they mean by something. You know, we've just been in the temple and had a tour by someone as well, and he obviously had a little bit of English, but unfortunately I don't know much Japanese myself as well. So again, you know, it was a little bit more sort of using pictures and things like that. But you know, you can communicate quite well even without speaking the same language, which is nice. Yeah.
Then you have found some similarities
Yeah.
where you had thought there must be a difference.
Yeah,
But
I think
similar.
the big difference actually, I met someone who'd been living here for 14 years that was French, and they have a Japanese wife, they have, you know, kids here and things, and they said that at school here people don't really tend to like compliment and things, like say I like this, I don't like this. It's quite neutral. Whereas back, you know, in the UK, a lot of people are very much opinionated on things. So we would say, you know, I really like your jumper, or I really like your shoes, or something like that. I don't like your hair today, you know, and that's quite a normal thing at home. Whereas obviously, like I say, I've not really experienced it too much myself here, but I've heard by speaking to people who have lived here as well that they say that's sort of the way of life is. Which is interesting, because when you meet someone, you know, a girlfriend or a boyfriend, like, how do you talk to them in terms of how do they know that they like you, you know? I'm sort of intrigued to speak to more people from here to find out the way. Yeah.
And are there any like Japanese thing, like a tangible or intangible thing you would like to have it in your hometown?
Yeah, I'd like to see more Japanese gardens. I like the and vending machines. Lots of vending machines around here, which they don't have. When you go to the train stations as well, they're all so big, and there's so many people there, and then they have like shopping centres and markets, and there's just an unlimited amount of food and drinks, and you know, you're never going to get hungry or too thirsty, because you know you've got it there straight away to get. Whereas back home, you can, like say, you have to travel a little bit further, or to like the restaurants stay open here till past 12 o'clock at night, whereas you know at home they don't, they shut sort of 10 latest. So it's nice, because if you work late, you know, you still want to go and get something. So it's good. Yeah, I like it. They definitely would bring back some of those things, you know, to home. But yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
your
thank you
time.
very much.
It
Yeah,
was very
it's been
interesting
good.
story. I could
Yeah,
hear.
nice to meet you as well.
Where are you from?
London.
Oh, the Great Britain.
Yeah.
Is this your first time in Japan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What prompted you to come to Japan?
On our honeymoon.
Oh, honeymoon.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And why did you choose Japan then for the honeymoon trip?
It's a very different trip, I think. Very culturally different to lots of countries we might have gone to for our honeymoon.
Oh.
And I think a bit more of an adventure.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Than going to like a beach and sitting there for a week. So we thought we wanted something with different food, different culture, different language. Yeah.
What did you feel the most differences in which aspect? And,
I don't know actually, because we live in London. We've been to cities, and they're not similar to London, but city life is very similar everywhere, whether it's New York or London or Osaka. So there hasn't actually been day to day culturally. There hasn't been that much of a difference. You know, people still get the subway. People still work in big offices. You know, it's not that day to day. It's not that different. What else do we notice? We know there's a lot more temples, a lot more religion here. Kind of the temples are beautiful and really well looked after. We noticed that straight away. What else have we noticed culturally? People are very polite compared to London, very kind.
That's very different.
Yeah, people are
very
very
respectful,
people are
very
very welcoming and
respectful of each
respectful, and that's been really nice. Yeah, and are
helpful.
and whereas London, everybody's very busy and focused on, so that's very different. That's been really nice here.
Then, did you have like a difficulty or something?
No.
in Japan?
It's been really easy actually.
Yeah, I think you just take your time a bit more, because we don't know where we're going. But especially with all the information now on your phone,
Right.
like using the trains and things like that, you can get around quite easily and work it out. And when we've got stuck, there's so many information points where people have just helped us out.
I think
I
that's
see.
easier than London. Like
Yeah,
in
there's
Japan,
lots of information
the
points.
stations are numbered, and people are more willing to help. People are more approachable here than I think in London. Yeah.
How many days you have spent in Japan?
So 10 days so far,
Oh,
and we're
great.
going on the 17th, so another
Yeah.
5 days.
Oh, and where have you been?
We have been to Tokyo,
Uh-huh.
and then we spent 6 days in Kyoto, and now we're here for another day, and then we're going back to Tokyo for 2 days. Yeah.
What did you do in like Tokyo and Kyoto?
Lots of eating.
Eating?
Lots of food.
Lots of
really
eating.
good food.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
lots of eating.
Kyoto, we visited lots of different temples. Yeah, all the temples were lovely. And just sort of wandering around the cities.
We
and just
noticed
checking
lots
them
was
out.
closed because it was just after New Year, the New Year holiday. So Tokyo, I think, was much quieter. So we're looking forward to going back.
Oh, I
We
see.
did go to the
Yeah.
busy part, so we're looking forward to going back. And then Kyoto, I loved Kyoto.
Yeah, very relaxed.
We went to Nara, the deer park, and where else did we go out to?
Just lots of the temples.
Lots of
Yeah.
temples.
Lots of temples.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
yeah.
of eating. We had a lovely time.
What did you eat?
Gyoza, lots of gyoza.
Gyoza.
Dumplings,
Gyoza.
Ramen,
Uh-huh.
loads
Really
and loads
good
of ramen. In
Right.
Kyoto
In the
Station
station.
upstairs. That was delicious.
More
Like a ramen
sashimi.
every day. Yeah, sashimi.
So your ramen, there are some type of broth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, have you tried them all?
Yes.
We tried
There's
a few different ones. Can't
The
remember the
soy,
names.
Uh-huh. So
the
it's
miso,
miso.
and then I want to try the clear. I can't remember what the clear one's called.
No.
It's very,
Salt?
yeah,
Like-
maybe it's the salt one. Very clear, almost
Clear.
like water. Looks like water.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I need to try that one. But they've all
And
been
ton-
delicious.
And tonkotsu?
Tonkotsu, yeah,
Yeah.
delicious.
Ah.
Yeah, really good.
We need to try what's the pancake that's famous here.
Okonomiyaki?
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
we haven't tried that
Tonight.
yet. We wanna
Oh,
get
you're
that
going
tonight.
to?
Yeah,
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 tonight,
hopefully.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we're going to
yeah.
find some tonight.
And takoyaki stuff. Have
Yeah,
you?
is that the little balls with?
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Balls with-
delicious.
Yeah, they were really
yeah,
good.
octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah, delicious.
Yes.
Had those.
Uh-huh. Can you find those in London?
No, I've never.
I've
Well, I've never seen them
I've not
before.
seen them.
No,
You can
ramen
yeah,
not
ramen.
as good.
Oh.
Here is better for ramen, of course, and gyoza, but not as nice.
Yeah.
How about it, like yakisoba?
Yes, exactly.
Did
Loads
you?
of yakisoba in London, but not as good. It's
Oh.
better here.
Oh. Then what kind of like a Japanese culture or a Japanese thing or idea you would like to like bring back to your hometown?
Be more friendly.
Yeah.
Oh.
I really like just how respectful everyone is with like just not necessarily rules, but so everywhere's like, if you're on the tube, it's nice and clean.
On the subway,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's very clean. Everybody's very.
I think they just like whatever they do, they're respectful in if they're travelling or visiting
whether it's,
somewhere.
Whether it's queuing
Yeah.
or waiting for things. People do, people get
Like
cross in
customs.
London. Pushing people, and it's very calm here. That's very nice. It's
Yeah,
a
I
nice
like
way to move around.
Mm.
Yeah, everybody's been very gentle.
Oh. And have you been to other like, Asian countries?
I've been to Shanghai, but
Oh.
only for a few days for work. Thailand,
Thailand, yeah,
Sri Lanka,
yeah,
Oh, Sri
but
Lanka.
nothing quite like Japan.
no, same.
How different?
I think it's part of the way that we've chosen to do it, where we've been to cities.
Uh-huh.
So others were more relaxing, but that's because I was going to beaches. So Thailand,
Yeah, islands and things like that.
you go, to the beach rather than the city. So it's been
Oh.
much more busy, lots of walking.
Yeah, lots
it-
of walking around.
Yeah, there's definitely more shopping here.
Oh,
It reminds me of London in that way, where lots of brands,
Mm.
big
Fashion,
shopping
yeah.
malls.
I see.
Lots here that I haven't. There aren't actually as many in London. Lots of focus around shopping here, which I like. Yeah, I think that would be a difference.
Oh, I see.
Kind of more business.
Did you enjoy like the food also in Thailand?
Yes,
Yeah,
delicious.
lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good, so good. Yeah,
Good.
so good and cheap as well. It's so it doesn't cost very much money. Delicious.
How about Sri Lanka? How do you enjoy?
So
over
it's
there?
similar to Thailand, beaches,
The beaches.
surfing, food,
Mm.
and actually lots of temples there as well. You know, lots of religious culture there. But there was a big group of us, so that was different. Much more kind of relaxed. There hasn't got the economy that you know somewhere like Japan has, so it's not as off. You know, there's not offices, there's not big skyscrapers. It's very different, I would say.
So you love beaches?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? And do you remember the first time you first contact to Japanese culture in your life?
Oh, good question.
Not much really.
Probably as a child, Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
Probably as a little girl, probably Hello Kitty.
Is there like animation or something? It's
Yeah,
like
and it's the toys. So
yeah,
there isn't even the cartoon. It's just the toys in
Right.
the UK.
And then you got
Yeah,
skincare later on.
Skincare, beauty products, and I think
yeah, because these are like a character.
yes, yeah.
It's
So
not
I
a
think
story.
that's probably when
But,
little girls see Hello Kitty, and then
Wow.
is it Harajuku Girls in Tokyo? That was kind of pop culture. That was in like the 1990s.
Oh,
But that-
you saw it in TV or something?
Yeah, on music videos.
On the music
so
video.
when I was a teenager.
Uh-huh.
Do you not like Gwen Stefani?
Oh right, yeah.
She used to have Harajuku Girls,
Yes.
and so you'd
Of
see them in
course,
like
yeah.
music videos. It was like sort of like characters in the background dancers,
Oh.
and that was kind of
Wow.
Japanese culture for me.
Uh-huh.
And then probably like noodle dishes,
Noodle?
again,
Food,
food
always
for
food.
me,
Yeah. I would say any introduction would be food on that sense for
Yeah.
me. Not loads of things like that. It would have been anything food based or. I
Was there an
involved in.
Olympics here? The Tokyo Olympics?
It's already like 2 years ago or
Yeah.
something.
And then there was the Olympics, so there was another interest in Japan there. But I think it was probably Hello Kitty.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for your
much.
time.
Thank
It
you,
was
no
nice
problem.
talking to you.
Thank you, nice to meet you.